Okay, I've got my winch on and I've got one single safety chain so I can be quick on the ramp. My tilt's all ready to go, and basically what we do here is lower the boat down the ramp, and we use the brake on the winch to control the boat as it comes off the trailer. We go full tilt on the trailer, but we don't put a lot of the trailer in the water. The rear hub doesn't get its bearings wet, so the water will sit about here, just below the hub, and that gives me enough water when I tilt the trailer. The back bar of the trailer just about sits on the ground, if not sits on the ground, and the boat will roll off nicely and well controlled using that winch and the brake on the winch to roll the boat back in a nice safe manner. It's also handy because the line is then rolled out for when you need to retrieve, and retrieval is the exact opposite of the launch. So basically, when we retrieve the boat on the trailer, we're at full tilt on the trailer, so tilt all the way up. We bring the boat in, hook that winch wire up, and as we wind the winch in, the trailer has to be let down. So we have the paw engaged on the tilt winch, and as she comes up onto the trailer, she'll get to a point where I'll start to release the tilt and start to lower it down so that there's less weight on the big winch, and she come up nice and snug. Once we get the bow about halfway up the ladder roller, she's pretty much centered and comes on nicely. I've never had a problem with centering with this setup, and I've never really had a problem launching and retrieving, apart from sometimes she'll get a little stuck. But if you give her a shove on the bow, she'll start to run out. You don't want your boat running off too fast, and that's why we control it with the brake on the winch and why that's so important.